You left Hamas because you saw the other party as a stronger party, like Israel, because this person is now an agent for the Israel, right? He only left this for his personal gain, for his fame, for notoriety, for money. We can label him with that. Remember, this is the mindset of many apostates. Whenever you leave a certain group, you become more hostile towards that group. Hamas outsmarted Israel. Hamas outsmarted Israeli intelligence. Hamas outsmarted Mossad. You failed to defeat them in the tunnels.
There is no deal with the devil. There is no deal with Hamas as long.
Just look at this. To do is to negotiate with them. Like it or not, Hamas is a democratically elected party in Palestine.
What will they do tomorrow? They have to be punished and they have to be held.
This is such a stupid point. What if they do this tomorrow? What if they do it? I'm okay. What if America attacks me tomorrow? Okay, today we will be exposing this, famous, or who have been made famous by the pro-Israeli media, Mosab Hassan Yousef, or famously referred to as Son of Hamas co-founder, right? Now, I'll tell you a little bit of background about this person. Is that main thing you need to know about this person is that this person has left Islam, right? This person has left Islam. So now if you see him from that side of the world, the Muslim side of the world, you should not get startled by what the things that he is saying, because he has left Islam. He's an apostate now. So the thing is that why did he leave Islam? He has never come out on this strongly. Why did he leave Islam? Ideologically speaking, because when you are part of a big organization like Hamas, right, and there can be several factors which can be attached to you, that maybe you left Hamas because you saw the other party as a stronger party, like Israel, because this person is now an agent for the Israel, right? So maybe you get more benefits, you get more money, and almost showing to your previous party that, look, you people didn't offer me the status that I deserved. So now look at me, what I'm gonna do to you. This is one of the explanation. So until or unless this person doesn't, we don't ideologically target him that why he left Islam, ideologically, on issues of Aqidah and all these kind of things, we can always target him that he only left this for his personal gain, for his fame, for notoriety, for money. We can label him with that. So there are many other things I would like to tell you, but I wanted to show this video so that I can sort of debunk most of his arguments.
There is no deal with the devil. There is no deal with Hamas as long.
Just look at this language. Look at this language. Devil. No deal with the devil. Whenever you leave a certain group, remember, this is the mindset of many apostates. Whenever you leave a certain group, you become more hostile towards that group. This is the general trend, right? So now he has become more hostile. He's become a greater extremist than Hamas. That's why you can just judge it by his language, right? No deal with the devil. Like it or not, Hamas outsmarted Israel. This is the truth. Hamas outsmarted Israel. Hamas outsmarted Israeli intelligence. Hamas outsmarted Mossad. Hamas outsmarted IDF. Why? Because they built the tunnels, and you cannot. You failed to defeat them in the tunnels. So they will maintain their control over Gaza. And you know that. That's why all this anger is coming out. They outsmarted you. They outsmarted all of you. So the better thing to do is to negotiate with them. Like it or not, Hamas is a democratically elected party in Palestine. I repeat, Hamas is a democratically elected party in Palestine. So you have to negotiate with them. Stop using this language. Ultimately, you have to come down to that. Otherwise, there is no other solution. You have to negotiate with them.
They pose a threat against children, against civilians, and destabilize security.
They did certain things out of desperation because of the illegal Israeli occupation, the inhumane occupation. Not only, by the way, Hamas didn't just do it for Gaza. I mean, many people don't know about it. Hamas did it for West Bank because most of the more problems were occurring in West Bank than Gaza before October 7th. The settlements and attack on Al-Aqsa. So Hamas did it for them. So this is a point that should be noted.
In the entire region, if they get away with their crime, and their crime is not just any crime, it's a genocide.
So basically, it's good that they are trying to copy our language, right? Because our academics, the real media, actually, the International Court of Justice, right? Everything has been officiated against Israel. So now they are trying to use our language. This is almost like, we are so far ahead that they are trying to use our intelligentsia to, somehow muddy the waters, somehow, put a smoke into the issue, clear-cut issue that Israel is a genocidal garrison state, apartheid state, and Palestinians deserve a separate state. Palestinians deserve freedom. Palestinians deserve to remove to get free of Israeli occupation.
If they get away with their crime, what will they do tomorrow? They have to be punished and they have to be held.
I mean, this is such a stupid point. What if they do this tomorrow? What if they do it? I'm okay. What if America attacks me tomorrow? What if Biden attacks me tomorrow? What if Rishi Sunak attacks me? It is a possibility. I mean, they have drone strikes. They have a lot of things. What if you attack me tomorrow? If you play the what if game, this is a stupid point, right? If you play the what if game, there is no end to this. What if United States of America launch a nuclear weapon on Iran? What if this happens? What if there is a nuclear war? What if UK starts it? What if USA starts it? What if Germany starts it? Because these barbaric countries like the USA, the UK, the Germany, what if they people attack us, me? So if you play the what if game, there is no end to this. Try to take 10 steps back and try to be realistic and try to remove the stupidity and the brainwashing in your mind and come to real solutions.
Accountable. All the
Again, using the same words that our intelligentsia, the International Court of Justice, the United Nations have used. So now they are trying to, put it back so the situation becomes foggy, right? So this is their strategy.
For ceasefire. Those are the people who want to give a lifeline to Hamas.
So talking about ceasefire is wrong now, right? Look at how extreme these people are. Look at how these are extremists. These people are worse than ISIS. I have to say that. I mean, even with ISIS, you can probably negotiate something. These people are worse. I mean, we have to call these people out. We have to call the bully out. In order to tame a bully, you have to first call out him, right?
And this is not acceptable.
Mosab, you tweeted on Friday something that many people found essential. You should never trust anyone who identifies as a Muslim. They may appear as a harmless sheep when they're alone, but when they're in a pack, they will begin to show their tusks. I have zero respect for any individual who identifies as a Muslim and may consider the use of force when it comes to Islamists. What did you mean by that? Many people say, well, why would you say that about over 1 billion people?
Yeah, so again, good point by Piers Morgan. I mean, that was sort of, even Piers Morgan, who is, I believe, is also an extreme on the side of the Israeli. Even he thinks that this person is so much an extremist that he has to challenge them, because even, you know, we know Piers Morgan is controlled by Rupert Murdoch, right? And Rupert Murdoch is an extreme pro-Israeli, right? So even he thinks that they are going overboard on this, and rightly so.
Well, I don't care how many they are.
I don't care how many they are. So basically, if somebody gives this person an option to wipe out all Muslims, not just Palestinians, all Muslims, he'll probably do that as well. What do you call such a person? An extreme psychopath, bloodthirsty warmonger. This is collective punishment at a new level. So he's not just labeling the Palestinians, remember, he's also labeling the whole Muslims now, right?
Any person who put the religious identity above the highest interest of humanity, I have no respect for this.
So this is the problem, right? So now we are getting into the ideological thing. Very simple answer. Because there are many Muslim intellectuals to this date, and they will tell you that our religious identity, a religious identity of a Muslim, is not disconnected with the rights of humanity. In Islam, your moral and religious identity is directly linked to the rights of human beings, directly linked. So a Muslim by definition has to be a good person. A Muslim by definition has to be, you know, not just care about all the rights, but also the responsibilities of human beings, right? So our belief is these things are not disconnected. Actually, it is the religion who gave you the moral foundations, which you have forgotten. No atheist will ever, no atheist, I don't know what his religion right now is, probably atheism or agnosticism. No atheist or agnostic or any irreligious denomination can defend the concept of objective morality except religious people. You can't even defend objective morality. Who are you to challenge religious people? And by religious people, I don't just mean Muslims, even Christians and Jews, even Hindus, they are also religious. At least they can have a notion of objective morality. You don't even have a notion of objective morality. What is your religion? So they have no ideological foundations to challenge us on that.
People, the majority of the Muslim people identified with Hamas, supported Hamas. Show me how many Muslims out there who condemned Hamas genocide. Why? Because is it because Jewish blood?
Actually, we condemn all civilians. In fact, I go further. I don't just say that the civilian casualties of the Jews or even the Israelis on October 7th, which was done not just by Hamas, but also, number 2, other resistance groups in Palestine, and number 3, by Israel and the IDF as well. So this October 7th killings or massacre was done not just by Hamas, but resistance groups and the IDF as well. The Hannibal Directive has been proven now. And secondly, most of the people killed were militants actually by Hamas. And the main point is, so by the way, I go even further. I don't just say that we should condemn civilian casualties. I say that Hamas and the other resistance group should be held accountable to the point where they give compensation to the Israeli civilians who lost their lives. And similarly, I don't like this, you know, condemnation word. I like the compensation word. Similarly, I say that the Israelis who have killed more than 35,000 civilians, actually, according to the new Lancet report, 35,000 to 140,000, and many of them are civilians, Israelis should compensate not just for their civilian life of the Palestinians, but also for the infrastructure that they have destroyed. So if you want to come on this thing of killing civilians, then will you defend the concept of compensation on both sides? I'll say that.
This is what I meant, that the Muslims, as long as they give Hamas cover, I have no respect for them. As long as...
Actually, if you ask majority of the Muslims, well, firstly, Hamas is a democratically elected party, like it or not. They were and are a part of government in Gaza. However, if you ask majority of Muslims, this is, I mean, this person is so much ignorant. Majority of the Muslims actually support the PLO. Majority of Muslims actually would like a moderate Muslim party to rule Palestine like PLO. And even in the United Nations, the legitimate party is PLO. And all Muslims, vote for them, give vote to them, right? So majority of the Muslims, but realistically speaking, if you want to hold by the principles of democracy, to which the West likes so much, then you have to admit that even if there are right-wing parties, moderate parties, liberal parties, by your beliefs, you have to allow all parties to contest for elections. Hamas won in Gaza by elections, and they become a democratically elected party, like it or not. Now you want to, attach certain labels and play these games, but other people can attach labels as well. So how about we say that a moderate party should be in power, and we should back a moderate elected party like PLO, right? How about that? Or maybe even a coalition government, because you cannot just brush off all parties like this. Otherwise, what's the concept of democracy that you people, adhere to so much? How can you defend that if you don't allow other parties to contest, like Hamas? How will you defend the concept of democracy then? Or maybe it is like, you only like democracy when it suits you. You only like those democratic parties who favor you. Maybe this is your concept of democracy.
I have no respect for them.
But I've interviewed them.
Well, respect is mutual, and you have to show respect to others. Muslims are extremely talented people as well. So you have to, get rid of your brainwashing, and you have to, remove your anger. I know you are very angry at this moment, rightly so. Probably you didn't gain a lot of status in your previous part, so maybe you are angry on that. And now you are trying to somehow party with the Western elites, and now it's a difficult situation because you also have some sort of fear of Muslims, right? So you are, taking all the anger out just to show loyalty to your Western friends.
A number of Muslims on this show who do not support Hamas and have renounced them. Cenk himself came on the show before and immediately denounced the
I am dealing with a majority of Muslims.
Majority of Muslims would probably want PLO to govern, or a moderate party to govern Gaza, or probably a coalition, right? Majority of you don't know a thing, please. You don't know a thing about what majority of Muslims. Majority of Muslims recognize PLO. United Nations recognize PLO as a legitimate party. They have a seat in the United Nations. So you don't know what you are talking about.
Is government an entire nation? Don't tell me about an individual here or there.
Yeah, so this is a so this is a very filthy game. This is a very filthy game. So they have all these kind of words, right? By the way, what stat was he quoting? Majority of Muslims support. What did he quote? He quoted nothing. In fact, I leave it here. I have many arguments to counter this, but he didn't even quote anything. I would have liked it if he actually quoted some poll or something like this, but he didn't even quote it. So we can't argue with brainwashed people. We can't argue with stupid people. We can't argue with people who have become apostates and have become now an extremist against their previous ideology. This person should have a glass of water, think about what his ideologies are, and try to balance things out. In fact, of taking out all your anger. This is not how you negotiate things. This is not how you negotiate peace, and this is not how you make a better world. And with that, Assalamu alaikum.